And in the season finale, Davy is trying to figure out what the hell happened with her and Paxton after the school dance. But as she's sitting in her bedroom, she gets a knock at the window, and to her surprise, it's Paxton looking for another makeout sesh. When he goes in to kiss her, she says, "Whoa, what the hell happened? Are you embarrassed of me?" And Paxton gives her some speech about how he doesn't like labels, he's not into PDA, and she buys it. The next day, she heads on over to Eleanor's house because Eleanor is having Fabiola try on some dresses for the dance. And as Fabiola's trying on the dresses, that's when Davy comes clean about her relationship with Paxton, which comes as a huge surprise to the girls. Eleanor points out that Paxton's explanation makes no sense. He had no problems being public with her before, but then when Davy really thinks about it, he kind of did. There were just signs that she didn't notice because she was two-timing him and she was trying to juggle two boyfriends at once. But Eleanor reassures her, "Don't worry, you have a week. I'm sure he'll ask you to the dance." But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday go by, there's no invite to the school dance from Paxton. Davy is so distracted and consumed by it that one day she completely forgets to bring her cell phone, lunch, wallet, everything to school. Kamala shows up with all of it and can't believe that she forgot it all, and that's when Mr. K comes out, because Mr. K likes himself some Kamala. They start chit-chatting and the dance comes up, and Mr. K invites Kamala to the dance, saying that usually most of the teachers just sneak off and do karaoke in one of the teachers' classrooms. But Davy cockblocks him and says, "No, she can't. Her mega hot fiance's parents are coming into town." It's super awkward for Mr. K. He apologizes to Kamala, but she says, "No, don't apologize. If it were any other weekend, I'd love to come, because I love karaoke." Davy can't believe, though, that her adult cousin, who doesn't even go to the school, was just asked to the dance before Davy was. During class, Fabiola and Eleanor ask Davy for an update on Paxton, but there isn't one. And that's when Anissa comes in because she's gotten a cameo for Ben from Billy Crystal to ask Ben if he'll go to the dance with Anissa. And of course he says yes. Davy's a little surprised though that Anissa was the one to ask Ben. And Anissa tells Davy, "Yeah, well, it's just too stressful waiting for these dumb guys to get their act together." So Davy has a plan. She's going to ask Paxton to the dance. She finds him in the hallway and asks him. And while she tries to keep it a kind of intimate ask, Paxton's friends show up. They know what's going on, and Paxton shuts her down, saying, "No, I can't. Sorry." This public rejection sends Davy right into the bathroom where she starts to cry. But Ben saw what happened, and he runs in after her to try to make her feel better. He starts ripping Paxton about his Instagram and his abs, and Davy comes out of the stall and says, "Why are you even being nice to me? Shouldn't you be relishing this moment?" He just deflects it with a joke, but when Davy looks in the mirror, she doesn't want to go out looking like she just was crying. And Ben goes, "Who cares what Paxton thinks? When are you going to realize that dickhead doesn't deserve you?" This talk with Ben does end up helping Davy feel better. But Davy wasn't the only one getting rejected that day. In Fabiola's quest to become cricket queen and queen, she skipped 8 robotics team practices. And when she shows up, the robotics team is pissed off. They tell her she's no longer the captain of the team. And it wasn't just that she abandoned them, she abandoned her robot, Gears Bronson. So they basically tell her, "You can be on the team, but you're not going to be the captain anymore." That night, though, as Davy sits in her bedroom, trying to forget about the public humiliation she just went through, Paxton actually has the audacity to knock on her window, and she can't believe it. She tells Paxton, "I knew I wasn't good enough for you, and you're embarrassed of me." But he says, "Whoa, I didn't reject you because I think I'm better than you. I rejected you because you humiliated me in front of everybody. You cheated on me with Ben Gross, and then I got hit by a car because of you, and now I can't swim. What's it going to look like if all of a sudden I start dating you? Look, I like you, and we can continue to hook up, but it's got to be behind closed doors." But after a day of thinking about it, she decides she can't do that. She goes over to Paxton's house and tells him, "I can't be your secret hookup. I want a guy who wants to be public with me. I want a guy who wants to take me to the dance. So if you can't be that, I'm sorry." And Paxton tells her, I understand, I get it, but I can't do that right now." So for the girl that was willing to just throw away her virginity with this guy a year ago, she shakes his hand and she walks out the door, not agreeing to be his side piece. The next night is the dance, and with no date, Davy ends up going with Eleanor, and it's a pretty big buzzkill. But then Eve runs up to her and says, "Do you guys have any idea where Fabiola is? Because she didn't come with me, and she's not answering my text messages." And they're about to announce the awards, so they gotta find Fabiola quick. The girls end up searching all over the school for her, and they find Fabiola in the robotics room trying to fix Gears Bronson. Both Davy and Eleanor can see, though, that Fabiola is crying. She's not doing well. And Fabiola tells them that, "I thought it would be easier when I came out, but I'm not accepted by the gay community, and now the robotics team hates me. I guess I'm as bad at being a lesbian as I was being a closeted straight person." Davy tells her, "You're fine at being gay. You're bad at being Eve and her friends." Jonah, though, overheard this entire conversation, and he feels like he can add some help. So he comes in and tells Fabiola, the whole point of coming out is to get to be who you are. So be who you are. And she is. When an announcement gets made of who won King Cricket and Queen Cricket, it's a first. It's two queens. It's Eve and Fabiola. And Eve gets up on stage, but no one knows where Fabiola is until Gears Bronson comes out, and then Fabiola is right behind him in a robotics team outfit. Sure, Eve's judgmental friends are going to be judgmental. But as Fabiola and Eve start dancing, Fabiola comes clean to Eve that she's not cool. She doesn't understand pop culture references. And the only thing I love more than you is my friends and robots. So I don't want to miss any more practices. But all Eve heard was love. Eve tells Fabiola, I love you too. And not because you're worried about being cool. You're the most beautiful person I ever met. The two queens end up kissing, and it's a beautiful moment. So suck it, Eve's judgmental friends. A little bit later, Ben finds Davy, and Davy thanks him for the pep talk the other day. It seems like Ben is about to ask Davy to dance, but then Anissa comes over and says, you got to dance with me. During the next slow song, Davy's the only person not dancing because Trent comes up to Eleanor and asks her to dance. Even though he has no idea what Eleanor's name is, she all of a sudden is head over heels. But Davy isn't the only Vishnu Kumar that's going to be there that day, because Kamala's dinner was not going well. She kept trying to avoid the proposal, and her family kept trying to speed it along. It got to the point where she actually ran out of the house and ran to the school to join Mr. K and his karaoke. But she isn't the only person to show up at the dance late. While sitting at home, Paxton got a phone call from the guidance counselor telling him how his grades had gotten better. When she mentions how him and Davy made a pretty good team, he started thinking about, yeah, I guess we do. So he puts on a suit and drives as fast as he can to the dance, but he ends up hitting Davy as she's trying to leave. As Paxton is trying to make sure that she's okay, all Davy can focus on is why he's there. Finally, she gets him to say, yes, I'm here for you. I'm here as your boyfriend, Davy. They end up walking back into the dance, making it public, and this is a big surprise to Eleanor, but also Ben. Ben looks at them like, you've got to be kidding me. It's always been him. But Eleanor says, no, it hasn't. In fact, she wanted to pick you in the first place. Me and Fabiola talked her out of it. And everything she did to Anissa was because she thought you two were hooking up. It has not always been him. But while it hasn't always been Paxton, it's Paxton now. And that's the end of Never Have I Ever Season 2. Thank you so much for checking out this recap. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit thumbs up if you liked it. Smash that thumbs down button if you thought it sucked. Instead of leaving a nasty comment telling me how this video sucked, just hit the thumbs down button. It's there for a reason. I have merch. I have mugs, stickers, other stuff. Buy something. I got bills to pay. And if you needed this recap, chances are somebody else needed this recap. So please consider also sharing it to your social media profiles. I also appear on a podcast called Scene Invaders every once in a while, so if you want to hear my actual thoughts on things, you can find me there. But once again, subscribe, hit thumbs up, hit thumbs down, buy merch, and I'll see you in Season 3. Well, once again, thank you so much for checking this out.